Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports, everyone. I am Marco. I am joined here with actual our permanent host that is currently taking a break for us, Jose Garza. I got Trey Parker, I got James, and I got Alex with us today. Guys, today is officially our 30-year anniversary of the pod. And just kind of wanted to say it a little bit. We wouldn't probably be here if it wasn't for Jose and his continued hard work. There was times where I wasn't there and people had to come fill in, and he kept it going. So I want to give him the credit where it's due for keeping it going, and now for the new people that have come on and helped us continue to grow this thing. It's been awesome. So round of applause for the 30-year anniversary. Hey, let's get it. Let's keep going. So So, guys, it's been obviously a crazy few days of NFL free agency and NFL trades down the line from Shefty bringing out reports, Ian Rappaport. I mean, it's been nothing but bangers and bangers and bangers.
It has.
A lot of speculation. The Cowboys maybe got a little bit better on defense. Um, Indiana's still looking for a QB. Draft orders. I mean, it's been crazy. The Broncos look like they're making moves. The Bears got better. And I don't really hear anything about the Patriots, but we'll talk about that soon. We'll see kind of how it's all playing out. So I just want to start off. Jose, I want to start off with you. What has
So,
been the most, I guess, the biggest trade so far that has been made official? They don't officially go in until tomorrow. To you, what is the biggest trade that has been made so far?
trade or free agent signing?
Any?
Any? I mean, if I have to say trade, it's got to be DJ Moore and all those picks in Chicago. I mean, you just gave Justin Fields a freaking stacked team with all those picks and that wide receiver, true wide receiver one. Um, Now you've got a real threat there, and you have a lot of question. Really, Carolina's mindset is like, if you're going to trade all those pieces, why didn't you just trade for Lamar Jackson?
Mm,
So that's
mm.
just a thing right there. And you could have kept your wide receiver, and you could see how Lamar and Moore could cook. But that's neither here or there. Chicago won that trade clearly. That's my biggest, I would say, trade so far. If you want to say biggest signing, look, it's the best thing that you could do so far, and it might not be everyone's favorites, but signing Jimmy Garoppolo on cheap and your potential out, so what you got, like that's perfect. Like you stay in relatively, in a hunt, right? As long as you still have your number one wide receiver, but you also don't overpay a guy. You pay him less than like 22 mil a year and stuff like that. So you're doing good there. So those would be my biggest moves so far.
For sure, I love that one because obviously Garoppolo and that relationship he has with McDaniels back when he was at the Patriots. I mean, he's obviously going into a system that he actually already knows, so it's not like you have to go and like relearn everything, right? It might be more so of like, hey, I remember this. Oh, no, I start getting a feel for this. Oh, I kind of get it. So he's not going into a completely new system, which is awesome, and I think it's a great pickup. Trey, what about you?
Uh, if it like Jose said, if it's trades, I have to say the Bears. That trade was just ridiculously good for the Bears, and I'm very happy that they made it. If you go in signings, honestly, I'm going to be a little selfish. I like our signings on the offensive line side. We got a good tackle and a good guard as well. So I'm real happy with those two pickups because you know what we're trying to do. We're trying to protect Russ, and hopefully good shit happens. So
Somebody needs to protect Sierra and them clothes she wearing.
yeah,
Goddamn. Woo.
that's
Protection or assist? I'm just saying.
Oh man.
I'm happy with all the free agent moves so far. Pretty much, it's been good.
For sure, for sure. What about you, James? What do you think?
Man, hey, we got Gilmore. You know what I was coming on here to talk about. It wasn't nothing else that needs to be said. We got Gilly. I don't care how old he is. I'm excited for what Trayvon's finna get. I'm not thinking about everybody else. Everybody else talking about age, and I'm excited that he gets to pour his knowledge into Gilmore. I mean,
Yep.
into Trayvon Diggs, and I hopefully something good comes of it. But I got to echo Jose and Trey. The Bears finesse the hell out of the Panthers. They
Yeah.
got good picks for years to come. They got everything they wanted. and gave up little to none. That first round pick, and you drop down to 9, and you can still get what you want. Hey,
Yep.
that is, somebody. I don't know what's going on over there, but they need to just burn down Carolina. They ain't been right since they messed up Cam. So,
and that's what's funny too. They mentioned they could have easily gone after Lamar and probably not even after that.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like they would have made some stuff for Lamar, but not near.
Yeah. They could have did all that and brought Lamar to Carolina and kept DJ Moore. Like,
for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking or first pick for a quarterback. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, you gave up 2 first rounders, 2 seconds, and your top receiver.
Exactly.
You would have just given up your 2 first picks. That's it.
Yeah, like dude, that's crazy, bro. Like they probably sitting over there like we got the first pick, like, and you lost everything else.
Yeah. for sure.
For the farm or whatever the fuck the saying is, like.
Yeah. Hey, Alex. So, how do you feel about your Bears, man? Y'all got better, man.
Still a lot of work to be done.
Well, no shit.
You sound like unsatisfied girlfriend. He don't hit me no more, but he loved me.
I called it. I mean, I called it a couple of months ago. I said they were going to trade it to the Panthers, but I thought they were going to trade it to the Colts and then trade it down again to the Panthers. I think one of us or somebody in the group said that was going to be too risky to do that. But I honestly thought that it was probably going to be the best case scenario to trade to the Panthers. I think Art was saying that too. That probably best case scenario. I wanted Burns and DJ Moore. I thought we were going to be able to do that.
That's why I was like, you asked too much.
But we were still able to get DJ Moore. I honestly thought we were going to get Burns before we got DJ Moore. I thought DJ Moore was going to be a little bit harder to get. But, I mean, they're doing a lot of good things. We still need to sign a defensive tackle, more offensive line help. But overall, it's still pretty good. Ryan Poles has been doing a lot since he's been there. Even last year, just getting a bunch of one-year players. Pretty much he knew the season wasn't going to be that good. So somebody that's been following the Bears for a long time, since Ryan Poles got there, man, he's been doing a lot of great things, and I still think they might trade DJ. What's his name? Darnell Mooney on trade day. On draft day. We'll see. And then I think the best move that didn't happen was the Raiders. The Raiders didn't trade the Chicago Bears for the first round pick. I know that was gonna. Those were the 2 top teams that were trading for the first round pick. I think the Bears asked for Devontae Adams, and I don't think the Raiders were gonna accept that.
Okay.
Waller.
Can we talk about the Waller?
Yes, I was about to jump into that. So I wanted to get a good sense of what y'all kind of think about the Waller trade. Do you think the Raiders are smart of letting him go? They should have paid him. Who do you think wins this trade, and what do you think what's gonna happen going forward?
I think they traded away for nothing. That's the part that pisses me off.
5th round pick, right?
Literally a 3rd round pick. It's fucking like it's so dumb. It's literally nothing for your guy who was supposed to be your number 1 dude, and then you get Devontae to help him out. And mind you, yes, he was hurt, but he's coming back. It's like you literally built all that up for nothing. Why?
Yeah, for sure, I agree.
No, I kind of disagree. I'll tell you why. I think the fact that we are here a lot talking about availability, we need guys to be able to play. Darren Waller, well, yes, congratulations on your marriage to Kelsey Plum and all that.
Oh my God,
you haven't done shit for the Raiders the last 2 years, bro.
I'm sorry.
Like you haven't done absolute shit. Like you're getting paid a lot of money to sit home, and honestly, right now we know the Raiders are pretty much on rebuild mode, right? Like you just have Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. You signed Jimmy Garoppolo. That you ain't trying. You're trying to like stay a little relevant, but you ain't trying to stay relevant. Like, so like, come on, like let's just be real. Like, this is good for Waller as far as like, hey, he'll actually go to a coach that knows what he's doing in Brian Daboll. Now, are they overpaying for their quarterback? Yes, they are. But at least you'll have a coach that can maybe scheme up stuff better. And if you stay healthy, maybe you'll get another big contract again. But if not, at least the Raiders offloaded that contract to the Giants. That's their problem now, and they can really restart their rebuilding phase.
For sure.
Honestly what I was thinking too. That everybody was saying that, especially us right here, we're saying that they pretty much gave him for nothing. But I mean, to me, it's like a salary dump for a third round pick because, dude, you're gonna end up paying way too much. And right now, the Raiders, they have a long way to go also. So why not accumulate as much draft picks as you can, and then you leave the Giants to that problem if you want to overpay for a tight end that, like you said, Jose, that gets injured a lot, and they overpaid for their quarterback, but you never know, they might overpay for this guy too. So, but I mean, for Daniel Jones, it's good that he finally has another weapon. He gets another weapon instead of Saquon. So I don't know. I think both teams win in this one.
See, but for me also, like, I don't really like the move from the Giants because they have what's his face, what's his fucking tight end, Ingram.
No, he's
No.
in
Oh
Jacksonville.
yeah, never mind.
So this is like their true weapon. This is their only because they don't have a real wide receiver.
That's
One
right.
or
That's
two.
right.
And-
That's right. Never mind.
And in Darren Waller's defense, if he's healthy, he can easily be a top 5 tight end in the league. But we've talked about this in the past with players, is about availability, which is maybe more valuable.
My thing is with the trade, like the Raiders aren't going nowhere no time soon. You got Jimmy Garoppolo on a part-time deal. Who knows how happy Devontae Adams
Are you
is.
sure about that?
They're the fourth best team in the AFC West.
Yeah.
All Jimmy G does, and I'm telling you, the last few years, if he's healthy, that guy wins.
He
We gotta
can
remember that.
produce.
We gotta remember that.
My thing is, yes, he can produce, but okay, are you winning that division? Like, are you winning that division? No, not a chance in hell you win that division. It's not really hard. All you gotta do is beat the Chiefs. Are they gonna beat the Chiefs? Hell no, not with that roster. They have absolutely no defense. You have no corners, no safeties, none of that. You have 2 studs on the line, but those guys are getting old about a minute. You have no linebacking core. You have no O line. I don't know why you kept Josh Jacobs. Like, you're not going to protect this man. And Devontae Adams is not really happy. Like, he's not. You just traded his best friend, the only reason he went to go sign over there, and now you leave him with Jimmy Garoppolo, who he's going to have to learn. And then, like, teams are going to key in on you. They just going to double team him all day. So you have no Waller to help him out. Like, dude, it's good for Darren Waller. He gets to try to rebuild his career. But at the end of the day, there's nothing going on with the Giants either. Like, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to do great with that. I mean, Dayball is a good coach, but, I mean, they still got problems, too. That whole defense has problems. Like, so it's just – I think it's a lose-lose situation on both sides, like, in my opinion.
The only reason I can see it as a loss for the Giants is that it's more cap space wasted as far as because they've already maximized so much on Daniel Jones. When you could see, like, if you're the Giants, right, like Brian Daboll, a winning head coach, right?
Yeah.
Or a winning coach,
Right? I give him that all day long.
He gave Daniel Jones his best season. He made Josh Allen who he is. You could have signed Jimmy G at a cheap deal, and this would have actually worked out better. But you overpaid. Now you're doing that. And one more thing for the people who are
with the Giants. Could you imagine Jimmy G with the Giants, bro? That'd have been fucking crazy.
Not too crazy, but it would have been.
Bro, better than Daniel fucking Jones. Get out of here with that shit.
You sign Saquon. You give Jimmy G the part-time deal.
That's what I'm saying.
Aaron Waller, it works out, and then you snag up one of these receivers out here. Like, shit, I'd go try to get Cortland Sutton from Denver. Shit.
You can have him by.
Like,
just don't take. I just want to throw that one note out. In the last 34 available games, Darren Waller has only has missed 14 games of those 34.
Yeah, he has missed.
So he had. Yeah. What was it? The hamstring or or a calf? I think it was a hamstring.
I think it was the engagement ring.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
going back on Kelsey.
Anyways, going back to the trade topics, the signing, all that good stuff. I want to talk about something that's very clear here, and it's the cat in the room, and we're gonna talk about Aaron fucking Rodgers, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Did we say cat in the room?
Yeah. Hey, cat, what's up?
Cat in the room, not like elephant in the room, or
it's elephant in the room, but he said cat. So.
Hey,
It's
well,
the same
catch out the
thing.
bag.
Anyways, people, excuse him. Excuse him. Excuse my
I'm
English.
on Vegas highs, bro.
Anyways, again, talking about the elephant in the room, we're gonna talk about Aaron Rodgers real quick. One of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, multiple MVPs, one Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers, longtime Green Bay Packer, which actually about a couple good years ago with that stealing punk. Actually, let me actually. I don't want to get sued, so let me shut up. Let me shut up. I'm not getting sued. I'm not getting sued. Uh,
I don't think
Aaron
it makes
Rodgers,
sense.
longtime Green Bay Packer, potentially being traded to the Jets. I just want to get y'all's thoughts on it. What do y'all think is gonna happen? What do you think the competition's gonna be? All that good things.
I love it, man. If he goes there,
He's going.
that's a young core that I think will revive his. I think that revives his career just a little bit longer. Like you give him Garrett Wilson, you give him Elijah Moore. I believe Corey Davis is still there.
Alan Lazard.
Alan
You got Alan
Lazard,
Lazard's a familiar face. You give him Brees Hall, and I mean a young, nasty defense that's up and coming. Like I think it works. I truly think it works. I think it preserves his career like 1 or 2 more years. And hey, a lot of people may not like it, but shit, I love
Your thoughts, Jose?
So
I
for
hate
me
him.
to actually believe, no, I mean I don't give a fuck. I mean either way, he's not going to win another Super Bowl ever again. So it means nothing to me, honestly.
Wow,
I think
never.
does it? I never. Like
The
what are we
hate for
talking
Aaron
about?
Rodgers comes out.
No,
Wait,
it's not
wait. When's the last time he's actually been close to one? Was it when he lost to Tom Brady? When the defense got like 5 turnovers and they still lost? Oh, that's right, because they
was that 2019, 2020?
2020.
2020.
And before that, the closest he got was when 2014 when they choked to Seattle.
No,
Like, this guy has.
Didn't they go? They played the divisional versus the Niners. What 2018?
Oh, you're right. Again, he can't beat the Niners, so that's why he has to leave the
God.
conference. You're right. No,
Yeah, but the Niners don't have a quarterback now. Well,
James,
It's not his fault.
where's he going? He's going to a tougher conference, let alone probably a tougher division, right? Because you got Miami who's restacking up with down to Jalen Ramsey, and you got Xavier Howard still. You got Buffalo Bills who on the regular season their defense is top 5. You got the Patriots who no matter what they're going to be a top 10.
They just lost some of their defense. They're not going to be that elite.
Who?
The Bills. They just lost Tremaine Edmonds. They lost their defensive coach.
That man's not even better. That I mean, shit. You're talking about dude. Sean McDermott is a defensive genius. Like, come on, let's be real.
Well, why he can't tell the offense?
We're talking about a guy who is leaving the easiest division he's ever played in.
13 seconds.
13 seconds. He's leaving the easiest division with the Bears, Lions, and Vikings. He couldn't beat them this year, so he decided, you know what, I have to go to New York, where the media is going to press me even further now than I was in Wisconsin. So he's not going to be able to handle that emotionally. He'll be worse than Zach Wilson in some cases. Wow. They might not even make the playoffs.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree completely with that. I agree completely with that.
I'm not saying as far as wins or stats and stuff like that.
Professional playing.
I'm saying emotionally. I'm saying emotionally,
Yeah.
mentally. I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, not play stats and stuff like that.
But
I'm saying this guy has been in Wisconsin his whole entire career. He hides. He's away from everybody. Now he's going to the biggest capital of the world, New York. Come on, like the media capital.
This is for sure. People try. I guess him trying to do it the Brady way, right? He leaves from a historic franchise where Brady had so much more success than him ever has. And he goes to the Buccaneers and he wins a championship over there with them. Do you think, Aaron, and y'all can Trey, Alex, anybody else can answer, do you think Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets gives them an opportunity next year to be Super Bowl contenders?
I wouldn't say Super Bowl contenders myself.
Playoff contenders. I'll start with playoff contenders before I say Super Bowl.
Well, I was talking first. Okay. No, I agree. I wouldn't say Super Bowl contenders. To me, that's a bit of a stretch. Now, I would say playoff contenders for sure. Maybe a push for the Super Bowl, but
I say they can be a Super Bowl contenders with the type of defense they have, and with the type of core they have. I just think that Aaron Rodgers could read the room, man. The NFC North is about to change. The Green Bay Packers, they're doing little to nothing right now in free agency, and I don't think they ever hit good on during the draft. And he could read that, and he knows. I mean, bro, I think everybody already knows out of our group right here is that the NFC North is going to change.
Yeah.
Going to the AFC or the AFC North or the AFC East. I mean,
East.
he's going to have a better defense. He's going to have a coach where he's a lot familiar with. Going to have a good receiving core. I like the move for him, but like Jose said, I don't think this guy will win another championship, and I've been saying that forever. Dude, Eli Manning has more championships, and everybody wants to say that Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. I think he's a quarterback, but I don't think he's top tier.
I think people will talk about him that way because of his talent, not necessarily his ability to win championships. Even though that should be counted into the equation, but I think as far as when people say he's the GOAT, people talk about him, his arm talent, his intelligence, and etc. But we know Aaron Rodgers with the Green Bay. I don't think he ever clicked with LaFleur. He's also going to go over there with Nathaniel Hackett, which I'm glad he's not a head coach. That's all I got to say. And Adam Saleh with that defense, I think for me, it puts them in playoff contention. I wouldn't say stretch it like y'all said about becoming Super Bowl contenders just yet, but it's like on paper right now, if this does happen and they pick up a few more pieces,
It's gonna happen.
it's going to be compelling.
So,
And yeah,
did you ever look at the Aaron Rodgers, like what he wanted to be, or what he
before,
wanted?
yeah.
So, like, I'm pretty positive it's gonna happen. Like, there's no way it's not going to at this point because the Jets went out and got Lazard for him. You know what I mean? Like, they've already taken that time for Aaron Rodgers. So I think that's a done deal now.
James, your thoughts?
I really truly believe it's gonna work, man. Like he had like Garrett Wilson is like he's that dude, bro. Like he gonna like you get Lazard, you get Garrett, and then you get like somebody like Elijah Moore in the slot, man. I just think it revives his career. I mean Aaron Rodgers is a leader. Yes, he couldn't get over the hump in Green Bay versus San Fran, but hell, all them San Fran teams was goated. They were defensively like fit to like get after him. Like, and Aaron Rodgers is used to
as a Cowboys fan,
Huh?
As a Cowboys fan, you can't.
Can I point
Yeah,
something out, bro?
he hurt your heart a couple times.
Can I point something out, bro? Jose not hosting has allowed him to be like more sarcastic. I've been watching Jose this whole time. He makes faces. He crosses his arms. He rolls
Dude,
his
all
eyes.
the time. Like he looks
Bro,
like he
all
looks
toxic.
like Greg Popovich.
All
Like,
toxic.
Like, normally
Toxic
when
ass.
Yeah, normally when he's a host, he's open to everybody else's things. Then he kind of rebuttals a little bit. I've been watching this whole episode, and he's like,
He's been waiting for this moment. He's been waiting for this moment.
Alex says something, like every time Alex says something
it's so
smart,
funny to me though,
like,
because now he's not hosting.
No, he's doing it when you said something.
he did because he don't like the Aaron Rodgers deal, but that's cool. Like, I'm just saying. To me, I think it's gonna work. If it happens, I'm all for it. Like I can't wait for it to fucking take off. Like I can't wait for it to be this. Just like he's waiting on me with Victor, I'm waiting on him with Aaron. It's the same shit.
No, but like,
You want to put your chips on Aaron? You really want to put your chips on Aaron?
Yes,
honestly,
I do.
guys,
I guarantee.
honestly, guys, look, during the middle of the season, and the Jets were on a roll. Their defense was just dominating, and everybody was saying, "Bro, they just need a QB. They just need a QB." Honestly, if they got a QB, they win the division. Because remember, at that time, the Bills were going on a downfall, and Tua was hurt. The Patriots,
Toxic.
the Patriots at that time lost to the Raiders. I think they were losing crazy ways. The Patriots were losing crazy ways. So I mean,
but
Jets,
he's not wrong. He's not wrong in that statement because everybody said that. All they need is a QB, and
all they need
not
is
only
QB.
that, now they have a good big man receiver. So they got two pieces in that.
Hold on. Here's okay. Let me repeat
Are you
myself.
gonna explain
Did I say
the arm
did I say the Jets would fall, or did I say it's Aaron Rodgers who would fail?
Both.
No, I didn't say Jets. I said Aaron Rodgers. I said Aaron Rodgers, the man who doesn't even believe in OTAs. He doesn't believe in practicing with his receivers during the offseason. He didn't have chemistry with Christian Watson at the beginning of the season. Everyone started telling on, Christian Watson might be a buzz. And then it didn't take till the second half of the season. This dude was balling. We're calling him God. I mean, sure, to fuck with Alex, of course, mainly, but still.
For fun, yeah.
But still, how, if he doesn't take this offseason serious.
Well, that's what I was just about to ask you. Do you think if this deal goes through with all the stuff the Jets have done for him so far, do you think he takes it more serious?
No,
I
don't think
the same thing.
I don't think he does because he's a stubborn old man that he is. He thinks that his way is the right way, that he has had the answers to fix everything, and he's gonna think that this way, just going to the team. Oh, I'm Aaron fucking Rodgers. They call me the GOAT. Pat McAfee has me every fucking week. All these guys fucking love me. Stephen A. Smith fucking shouts my name. Baddest man alive.
But let me tell you something. For a locker room that has not had a leader.
Exactly.
A leader in that locker room. Who's the leader?
No.
Who's the leader left? Zach Wilson was supposed to be the leader. We saw that happen.
He's the leader.
When you come in with that tenure, okay, hold up a second. When he comes in with that tenure, when you come in with that experience, you got a Super Bowl championship, you got 4 MVPs, whatever how many it is, I think it's 4. You come with a certain level of respect, regardless of all the bullshit the media says, whatever he said, however he acts. Sometimes he's petty. Yes, you're right. He's stubborn as fuck. But you come into a locker room and that's like, oh shit, that's Aaron Rodgers. You elevate everybody else's game. All right, Trey, be careful. Yes, sir. You elevate everybody else's game. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I get what you're saying, right? If the Jets don't do good, it's because emotionally Aaron Rodgers is going to have a setback. He's not going to be able to handle it. That's what you're saying. Not that the Jets will suck, but that if they fail, it's because of Aaron Rodgers.
I'm saying 2023 Rodgers is not the leader that he was, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. This man has been doing Brett Favre things. He's been allegedly wanting to retire. He's been needing to go meditate into dark rooms for 3 or 4 nights, whatever it was. He needs to do all these things. That everything's for him. It's never for the team. And at the end of the day, the things that we can talk about with Brady when he left, even for the Buccaneers, even though it was COVID season, this fucker is breaking into houses trying to look for Brian Leftwich. He's trying to make fucking reps with his teammates, trying to get a core set in motion with this unit. Aaron Rodgers ain't that guy. Why didn't you do that last year? I know earlier you said Matt LaFleur, he never had the real connection with them. Dude, they were 13-3 for the first 3 seasons. Every year, 13-3, 13-3, 13-3, and he won 2 MVPs. He's the one that ended up failing. And then this year, this rookies, all Christian Watson, all these new guys that needed his guidance, needed his leadership, they didn't have that. So yes, the Jets will welcome him with open arms. This dude is freaking one of the best talents ever. No disrespect there, but he ain't the leader he is today compared to what he was a few years ago. He's all about him now. And there's no real true commitment that he'll even want to play with the Jets past this year, even if he is traded over there.
Yeah. So look, I think it is looking like a one-year thing if it doesn't work out. And maybe he retires after that. So just going on, I kind of just want to get pick y'all's brains a little bit. What is one trade or signing that you think will happen in the next couple of weeks that will be big? Maybe a big player, big trade coming up. What do you think is going to happen soon or you would like to see happen with a big name or a superstar in the league?
I would say I don't know where he's gonna go. But I think it could happen. I think Devontae Adams can get traded. I seriously do. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, but I think that right there is huge. Now I don't know about the signing because I don't know who left. I mean, I think it's going to be a splash, but I don't think it's going to be as big as what it would have been last season, the whole Odell thing. But I think that signing is going to be very, very. I think he'll play a part in how the season unfolds this year if he lands with the right team. And if he still has it, it'll make a lot of people look foolish that they didn't take the chance on him. But I think that's a big signing, and then a big trade for me is Devontae.
Alrighty. All right. What about you, Jose?
I'll let Alex go first time. I
Okay,
want to hear
Alex, go
him.
for it.
I think the biggest one that's probably what happened is that Austin Eckler to the Patriots. I think Austin Eckler will go to the Patriots. I honestly do.
Wow. All right.
A lot of
And
people.
that's a perfect fit. I never saw that.
That's a good fit.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
teams that I thought about, but I never thought
I-
to the Patriots.
A lot of people are saying that the best case scenario is the Bears, but I don't think it happens because we could bring back David Montgomery. Fits our scheme perfectly.
Cheaper.
Austin Eckler doesn't, and then we could keep that money and sign Orlando Brown. So I'm thinking they might trade him to the Patriots.
Alex,
Did
Alex, why you don't think he fit?
Because the way that the Bears run their scheme, they're gonna go away from what they did this year with having two fullbacks or a halfback in the backfield and running zone reads. I don't think Austin Eckler, what they're gonna do next year is not gonna be the same. If they're gonna run down between the tackles, it's gonna be David Montgomery. He's a bigger back. He's been doing it since he got to the league. Austin Eckler doesn't fit that.
is he out of Texas Tech, David Montgomery?
No, he's out of Iowa. Things out of
Iowa. Yeah, he was Iowa.
I don't think he's a stronger back than Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is a
No, so if you're talking about a full like head and shoulders into the defense, that's David Montgomery. Austin Eckler is that shifty, speedy fucker who you can't touch. If you're lucky, if you get your hands on him, like that's what I would say. That
but he's hard to bring down though, bro. Like he's like.
Look, this is why because Josh McDaniels. Well, whenever Josh McDaniels was with the Patriots, they would do a lot of the running backs would and the Patriots would always have a bunch of receiving yards and a lot of receptions, right? Am I right, Jose?
Yeah.
That's
where James White thrived. That's where he became one of the best passing backs out there.
And they're still trying to do that since Josh McDaniels had left. Josh McDaniels has left, and I think that's why they're trying. This will be a perfect fit for Austin Eckler because he fits into that scheme. He is a big receiving back, and I think, like I said, it'll be a perfect fit for them. Now, I don't know what they'll give back. Probably a couple of draft picks, but man, I don't know.
It won't be.
It won't be a first. It might be a second or a third, maybe a mixture of both. So I don't know. I think that'll be a perfect fit for him.
I think, Mark, are you still there? You all disappeared on me.
Yeah, had a thing from work. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. The player I think that will be traded this season, probably during the season or maybe right now in the offseason, that are not being talked about enough. I think it's Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is on the move. He's on his final year of his contract, and so I don't think Tampa's going to be able to retain him. So if they can't negotiate an extension, that he's most likely going to be free. Where he can land, obviously Chicago can afford him if they're looking for another big wide receiver. Pats do need a wide receiver. I don't know if they're willing to pull that trigger just because Mike Evans has been in the league for a good while, and I don't know what kind of contract he'll be demanding for. So it'll be huge. I think Mike Evans will be on the block. And remember, I still believe Cooper Kupp will be traded as well. I don't believe he will be a Ram by the end of the season.
What?
I said that a month ago. I said Cooper Kupp will not be part of the team with the Los Angeles Rams. Sean McVay might want to keep him, but if you're trying to get some first-round picks back after you gave them all up so you can win a chip, you're going to have to trade away Cooper Kupp.
They traded away the farm to get a chip. Trey had said earlier. But, yeah, I could see that too. While he has a big name right now, get a couple of picks for him. Maybe a player to start the rebuilding in LA.
And here's another thing too with Cooper Kupp. He's had two major injuries in his career already. The 2018 season and then this past season. So while yes, this last season actually wasn't.
Those are good ones, Jose. I mean, to think that Mike Evans could not be a Buck anymore. I mean, he's a little up in age, but he still got it. Cooper Kupp still got it.
He got it for sure.
Like Cooper Cup, I think he'll come back. I mean, he won't be probably as explosive as he was, like, but I still think, man, when you get it out the mud the way he did, man, I just have a ton of respect for Cooper Cup. I damn sure didn't know who he was coming out of college. Like, I didn't think he would evolve until he came. Like, he is one of the nicest route runners the league has. He's not fast, but he's deceptive. He knows how to get open. Like, damn, that's
For
crazy.
sure.
They could be in different jerseys.
For sure. And I think there's going to be a lot of more signings, a lot more trades coming up, a lot of big headlines we're going to have to talk about. But for now, we're going to move on. Aaron Rodgers does come on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow. Jose stated this today. So I guess we'll hear a little bit more about the decision, maybe what's going to happen. Where is he leaning towards?
For everyone, remember tomorrow is the legal date on March 13th.
Yes.
It's a legal date when they can state they're here, they're there, blah blah blah, and all the stuff that we've officially signed these guys. So that's the perfect opportunity for him to say, "I'm a Jet."
Yep.
Okay.
And he did say in the beginning of before free agency started that he would say it on the show. So seems like that might be where it's heading towards. Now we're going to transition a little bit into a different sport and something that I've been wanting to talk about. We have a really big fight potentially happening in the boxing world. Ryan Garcia versus Tank will be happening sometime in late April. I think it's April 26th, if I'm not mistaken. The
22nd.
date. 22nd. That's going to be a big fight. A undefeated fighter in Ryan Garcia coming up. Pretty young fighters, had some pretty good fights the last few fights. A knockout artist, a taller, quicker, one of the more taller guys in that division against a smaller but stronger Tank with fierce punching power that is also undefeated and has shown to be dominant in multiple weight classes now as a fighter. And he's had some crazy knockouts. And he's for sure one of the top people in boxing right now. So I think I kind of want to just dive in to see y'all's thoughts on it. Kind of think what's going to kind of dictate this fight and who maybe is going to take it. A little bit of an early prediction here for that.
I know James isn't a big fighting fan, but James, if I order the pay-per-view fights, you're coming over next month. You got that? You're coming over and you're gonna freaking watch it. I don't care if you gotta get all pedo like so you can have a good time and watch that shit. It's gonna be entertaining. I don't know how you feel about combat fights in general, but you're gonna get your ass in here and watch it with us. So.
Now,
I'll say this.
I don't watch I think my last favorite fighter was probably Roy Jones. Like, I'm not really big on that aspect. So for me, it's just like I don't follow these guys. I know Ryan Garcia is one of those. Like, I mean, he's one of those guys that you can talk about that came out of like nowhere, but he's always put in the work. So I respect him for that. I respect him a ton for that. I think and Tank just coming up on the Mayweather, he showed promise too. But what the part of me that kind of don't get with boxing, man, is kind of it's all kind of like tailored and they center it around like kind of like trying to build it up, man. I don't think a lot of it be serious sometimes. Like, that's why I respect UFC more because you can't fake that shit. Like, they in there getting their ass whooped, like left and right. So, but they just are unappreciated if you ask me. But I don't know. It'll be a good fight. I heard a lot about both of these guys. I think for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Ryan Garcia comes with a ton of experience. So
we got to remember that this is a rivalry that's been building up for many years now, even since the amateur ranks, about them never getting the opportunity to fight each other. Ryan being the more of the aggressor and wanting the fight to happen, a Tank a little bit more shy of the fight actually coming to bout. But there is some clauses inside the contract for the fight. When we talk about a rehydration clause and things like that, if people don't know what a rehydration clause means, it means that they can only be a certain weight after the weigh-in. So the official weigh-in would be the day before. Before the fight starts, they have to be at a certain weight. They can't go over. So for Ryan Garcia, a taller, more probably someone that can probably pack on a little bit more weight, can't pack on as much, and that kind of favors a little bit of an advantage for Tank. So let's just remember that. Alex, your thoughts?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I know Ryan Garcia was gonna come into the fight fighting at a lighter weight, and that advantage is more Tank. So I mean, and then the whole thing in the contract where he can't gain the weight back right after the weigh-in, and a lot of fighters do that. So early predictions, I do think Tank will win this only because of this clause that's into the contract. I would like to see Ryan Garcia win, but I think this what they built this fight to be and what's under the contract just favors Tank more.
Yeah,
And
well,
I think
Tank is the A side, right? Tank is the
yeah,
one that in this and Ryan Garcia stated it like I'm doing things here, I'm doing things
yeah,
there that are gonna try to make this fight happen because obviously
he wants to happen.
it seems to me if you look at it from a side and a lot of people have been talking about this is that Tank is almost leveraged himself kind of in that like Mayweather type of style, right? Like learning a lot from his prodigy, right? Is like,
Yeah, he
hey,
did.
I'm gonna put myself in positions to win. I'm gonna
Hmm.
take any advantages I can, and I'm gonna
Exactly.
do what's right. But now let me state something before
Exactly.
Jose, you come here with your thoughts. Is um, the last few fights Tank has fought in against Pitbull, against Barrios straight out of San Antonio,
Hmm.
some of these other fights, Santa Cruz, we noticed that Tank got hit a lot, and he wasn't
Yeah.
able to block a lot of those punches or dodge a lot of those punches inside, right? So, what do you think now? What do you think is going to be the biggest factor in this fight? And who do you think is going to end up winning?
So my biggest thing when it comes to fighters when you have the height advantage is you sometimes compel yourself to fight at your guy's size for whatever reason. You don't
Yeah.
use your length, your height to like
Yeah.
really dictate the fight your way. You go and get sucked into their way. It's a lot of things I've really disliked sometimes with some fighters in the UFC and MMA where they just compelled to like just doing things for their opponent rather than making the best of the situation. I think Ryan Garcia is a lot smarter than that. Oh, right, Lou.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You good?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, all right. I think Ryan Garcia is smarter than that. I think his training camp will be smarter than that. The only thing that I think both men have lost in a way, and I think that it hasn't really affected them too much, but like these guys both had mentors that in Floyd Mayweather and Canelo respectively, where they had guys that could help them learn the trick of the trade to make them succeed at their best. And now they have bad relationships with both, respectively, right?
Yeah,
Ryan Garcia is no longer in good terms with Canelo, vice versa. You know, Tank isn't in good terms with Floyd, and and that one's a little more fresher, right? The Floyd and Tank is a little more fresher.
Yeah.
I would want to believe Tank is the powerful fighter. I will believe that, but I think that Ryan Garcia's IQ and his coaching staff will dictate him to stay composed and try to edge this out. I'm gonna say Garcia by split decision. I
Ooh.
don't think either one gets knocked out. I think it goes to split, and I give it to Ryan just because of this whole thing with Tank recently, with the whole terms with Floyd Money Mayweather and the team. Plus, it feels like, and you get this feeling sometimes when you watch fights and you're watching a good great fighter, and their time is almost up. Not saying like Tank or Ryan Garcia's times are up because they're fucking young. They're gonna
Yeah.
go at this for the longest time. But you have that weird feeling that's just like, damn, man, like right now is when you're gonna lose. Like that's what I'm feeling with Tank. Like this is like where he loses one, and it's gonna be that edge
Yeah.
thing. So I'm gonna give that Ryan Garcia is gonna be a smarter one of that one. I don't think he'll be suckered in like Rolly Romero and get knocked out after winning the whole in his mind the whole fight, and then get fucking smacked to the
For sure.
ground. Like, so that's my pick, Ryan Garcia on a split decision, but a very close fight.
Very close fight. I think so too. I think it's going to be more so Ryan Garcia has to use his length there with a good length advantage. So jab is going to be extremely crucial to this, especially not letting Tank get inside because we know that when Tank gets inside, when he's punching upwards, we've seen a lot of uppercut knockouts, right hook knockouts from his side. I
Yeah.
think another thing is I love that you brought up the IQ and Ryan Garcia's resiliency as well from what James is saying. I think those are all going to be keys in this fight. I think Tank comes in a little bit cocky. That it's going to be something a little bit easier of a task just because, oh, he's the pretty boy. He's a social media star. His
Yeah.
Instagram followers speak for him. But we have seen nothing but good work from Ryan. The Luke Campbell fight, he got knocked down. He got back up right away and ended up winning that fight. Those are moments that Tank has not had in his career where he hasn't been hit too hard and he hasn't been on the ground, right? So I think that experience, even though people say Tank has the
Hello.
experience with a lot more fights, I think it's going to be a little bit more of an advantage for Ryan being in those tougher situations. So I think there is going to be some
No,
haymakers.
I'm
I
on the
think there is going to be
podcast right
some big
now.
shots. So I think for sure it's going to be a pretty good fight, pretty close fight. But I think overall, I'll give my pick after James and Alex go. So James, who's your pick?
Man, I don't know, bro. Like this is tough for me. This is foreign territory. I'm like I said, I'm 100% honest. I'm not the biggest when it comes to like boxing, MMA, UFC, but I mean, if I had to, man, just looking at it, like I want to say Tank, but I think Ryan pulls this off, man. Like I've heard the way he's been speaking on some of these episodes, and like he was on Undisputed with LeBron and them, and well, LeBron wasn't on there, but like he really put up some, like he really made some. I mean, he said some things that made me say like, okay, like if I wasn't picking you, like now I'm picking you type of stuff. So I love his confidence, man. I love his confidence going in. I think he pulls off the upset because I think everybody's gonna ride the hype train of Tank, and like Jose said, this can be that fight where like you made it this far to get that compelling win, that one statement victory that you got to come out and like prove your point and say you're that guy. And I think he might. I think he might be looking elsewhere, man. That's one thing I will say about guys that come out of Mayweather camp. They try to imitate him so much that they forget that they got a box and then talk shit. Like you can't talk shit, go in and get beat up, or you win by like close and like no, you got to talk it, back it up. That's why Money Mayweather is Money Mayweather. He talks shit and he back it up, regardless of people like his fight style or not. So that's
Sure.
me.
All right, Alex. Final thoughts, Alex. What do you think?
I mean, I like Ryan Garcia. I want to pick him, but like I said, I think the fight favors too much Tank, and I think that's how he'll win. He is like how you said, he is the ace. I really do want Ryan Garcia to win. I always go for the underdog, but I don't know, man. Something tells me that even if it goes to split decision, it'll favor Tank. So
I'll say this. I'll say this. I'm not surprised if there's a split draw.
Ooh,
That's how tight I think the fight could be. It could be a split draw in there. Like I don't think you walk out watching this fight thinking one's really better than the other. I think one just either edges it out or they just get a draw. Like I think that's how. I don't like. I know these guys are finishers. Like both men have finished a lot of their fights, especially Tank. He's like 26 knockouts out of his 28 fights, and Ryan Garcia is not that far off. I think he's like maybe like 2 fights behind that, whatever. But they're also both smart and calculated.
yeah.
And so I think that's where I have it going to decision for that reason. Now, both men have, like you said, Tank Davis allows him to get hit too much, maybe not power shots, but hit a lot. And there is a slight opening where Ryan Garcia keeps that, freaking left hand down too much that he can get popped. And that's where it would scare me. But that's what I'm saying. Like he needs to be smart with his IQ
power,
and then his length to like stay away from that. So I will not be surprised. I like both fighters. I think they're great fighters. I think whoever comes out of this fight puts up a nice challenge for Devin Haney, but still end up losing. So it don't matter there. That man's still my undisputed champion for a reason.
For sure. I think Ryan Garcia gets the win, and I think he gets a knockout in the later rounds of the fight. So that's my prediction right now. And we'll see what happens, guys. It's gonna be an exciting fight, April 22nd. It's gonna be a blockbuster fight. Everybody's gonna be tuning in, so should be awesome to see it and then to talk about it after. It's gonna be an awesome fight. So now we're gonna transition. I sent y'all a little bit of the rundown what we're gonna do today, and we're gonna talk a little bit since the draft is coming up soon. Kind of want to play around and kind of see what we thought as far as some of the top NFL, NBA, any sport draft day trades. Probably the most shocking, the biggest, the greatest, the best of all time. And kind of just want to dive into that. So everybody here made their list and their rankings of 5 top draft moves on draft day throughout any sport. And then we're going to go ahead and list them. So we're going to go ahead and I want to hear Jose's list first. So let's go with Jose's list first.
right.
Top 5 trades,
All right.
draft day trades.
My top 5 draft day trades. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give an honorable mention out to last year's big trade, AJ Brown to Philly. That was a nice one. Now it's not a big major. Oh my God, they won the Super Bowl with that. No, but they did go to the Super Bowl. They did become NFC champions, and that was nice. So that's just a reminder. Honorable mention. Not my top 5 at all. Probably like 11 to 12. Just an honorable mention. 5. Give me Bill Russell to the Celtics, traded by St. Louis. Bill Russell changed everything for Boston at that point because they went on to win multiple 11 championships. That right there is huge. Now, why is that 5 not 1? Because it was, the times it was. There's only 8 teams in the league at that time. So, you can't really compare it to today's games and stuff like that. But I think I still believe that's huge. That set the precedence for Boston to be the best sports city as far as championships wise ever.
Put them on the map.
Yep.
So that for me right there is why I have them at 5. At 4, the Seattle Supersonics trade Scottie Pippen to the Chicago Bulls. How smart was that? And who did y'all get? Olden Polynice. Y'all know who that is? Nope.
No.
Exactly.
Hell no.
So Scottie Pippen went out there. He went to Chicago, made a difference. 6 championships for the Bulls to help out MJ, Phil Jackson, and the rest of them boys. Bro, that's big. So that's right there's number 4. Number 3, Kansas City Chiefs finesse the Buffalo Bills straight up to number 10 spot and get Patrick Mahomes. A franchise game-changing moment for them. Right there, number 3. We see what Patrick Mahomes is. 2-time MVP, 2-time champion. In every season he started, conference championships every year. 3 Super Bowl appearances. That man's a franchise game changer and now currently the best quarterback in the NFL today. That's my number 3. Number 2, the 49ers trade up with the New England Patriots to get the 16th overall pick in the 1985 draft. And who did they get? The greatest wide receiver of all time, Jerry Rice.
That was one of mine.
So they right there, not that the New England Patriots knew what to do with any first-round picks. They wouldn't even pick up Jerry Rice. But the fact that San Francisco did that to get that man, they recognized who he was. There you go, man. Multiple-time champion. One of the best ever. And number 1 for me, might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's my number 1. The Hornets trade Kobe Bryant to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that. I like that number 1.
For Vlade Divac and Kobe Bryant.
Your number 1 and your number 2 are the only 2 trades I pulled up. I pulled up Jerry Rice because I knew he was traded, and I pulled up Kobe Bryant because of basketball. That's it. I got one more, but I don't got nothing else after that. This was tough. That's it.
So those are my 5. Kobe Bryant, 5-time champion with the Lakers.
That's crazy, bro.
Got them somehow to catch up, and a majority of the way, a third of the way for the Lakers to catch up to the Celtics. 7 finals appearances, one of the best ever, arguably the best Laker ever, depending who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And, just one of the best of all time. In my top 5 picks is Kobe Bean Bryant. So those are my top 5 lists right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Rest in peace, Kobe. James, let's hear your list.
I only had 3. He said 2 of them.
All right, bring him out.
He named 2 of them. My greatest trade of all times was Charlotte dumbass trading Kobe Bryant, who turned out to be one of arguably the greatest basketball minds, one of the most tenacious shooting guards ever, a prolific scorer, a girl dad, Mr. Mamba Academy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was one of the craziest trades of all times. And then the whole Jerry Rice trade, I mean, like, they just called it. They knew who he was going to be, and they went after him and got him. So I think the only other trade that I had that was kind of that was just dumb and I consider it blasphemous is trading one brother for the other brother. And that's Paul Gasol going to the Lakers. I thought that was one of the craziest trades ever. Like, we didn't even know who his brother was. And he was fat. out of shape, and then he turned out to be one of these decent big men who, you know, him and Zebo was nice, but him going to play with Kobe, like, just like took his career to another level. You know what I'm saying? So those are the only trades I got. I would have had the Chris Paul trade, but the NBA denied it, so we can't talk about that.
was that a draft day trade? No, it wasn't.
Well, yeah, that wasn't a draft day trade. You're right. That wasn't a draft day trade. It should have been. I mean, all them picks they was giving up.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up Emmett Smith, but I mean,
nah.
Come on.
I didn't think that was. I didn't think that
3
was
chips.
He carried
Big
Troy to
factor.
those titles.
Yeah,
Come on.
that
was-
I mean, that was collectively.
Come
let's
on.
listen to Alex list. Let's listen.
Well, listen, Alex.
Okay.
Yeah, let's Alex. Give me your picks, Alex.
Joseph
So,
Fields.
so the Kobe Bryant to the Lakers is probably
Shefty news.
Oh,
The Lions
Brr, brr,
acquired
brr, brr.
David Montgomery. The Lions acquired David Montgomery, so he ain't
Oh,
staying with the
damn.
Bears. He's getting
wow. We were just talking about that too.
3 years,
Crazy.
18 million, 11 guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Austin
that's-
Eckler to the Bears.
That's actually kind of cheap though.
That is
For
very
3
cheap.
years,
Mhm.
man, he should have stayed
Here
with the
comes Eckler. Here comes Eckler.
I mean, he's a great piece, but I hope. I mean, we could do so much with that money. So I don't know.
All right, so there you go, Alex. I'm sorry for the interruption, but I thought you'd want to hear that one.
Well, let's go back to the list. Kobe Bryant to the Lakers has to be probably the best draft day trades of all time. Jerry Rice, that's number 2. Number 3 is Emmitt Smith to trading down to get Emmitt Smith at 17 from the Steelers. They helped. Of course, it helped that he had one of the best offensive lines of all time, but still, man, he pretty much carried Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin to championships.
Come on, wait, time out. I'm sorry. I do not mean to be disrespectful, but we gotta stop saying he carried, bro.
Nah, he carried
It
him.
was great.
He carried
It
Aikman.
was great, but if Michael Irvin isn't Michael Irvin, you can load the box all day. That's
Wait,
why they call him
but wait.
playmaker
So you're
for a
telling me?
reason.
So you're telling me if Emmitt Smith doesn't play, y'all win those championships?
Yes, look at that line.
You're crazy.
You
You're wild.
Bro,
Troy
You're crazy.
Aikman didn't
Come
throw
on.
for 24 touchdowns behind that offensive
I'm not
line.
now. Listen, I'm not saying Emmitt Smith is just Swiss cheese and he wasn't one of the greatest running backs ever. Yes,
you're
he
saying
was
he's
great.
David Montgomery at
After
this
he
point.
got through the line, that's all him. After he gets through the line, that's all him. I'm not taking that away from him. But I'm like, y'all like saying we just coattail this man to 5 titles. No, we had a great defense.
No, to 3.
We had a
Because
great
3
line.
hit 5.
3, 5. Yeah.
No,
Those were
no.
the two. Those are the two you thought you got like throughout these years, but you didn't.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting Michael Irvin. I'm discrediting Troy Aikman. That's what I'm saying. You could have put anybody. You could put Terry Bradshaw on that shit, and at his age, and he'd still fucking win you those 3 titles.
Hold on. Let me finish my lesson. We can go back to it, James.
Go
We
ahead.
can- So
Roast.
my
Crazy.
my number 4 is gonna have to be Eli Manning to the Giants. I mean, he did win 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
A lot of people like
that.
a lot of people like to throw a lot of hate on him. I think the Giants did
Yeah.
the Chargers got finessed. I mean, they had Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a great quarterback, but never won anything major there. And my number 5 has to be Julio Jones.
Julio Mangulia.
He was though they had a trade from the Browns and they selected him at 6. So I mean, Julio Jones, bro. They're probably the closest person that could probably be compared to Julio was probably Megatron. Honestly, one big wide receiver that you just throw the ball up there, and he was nice coming off routes. Of course, he didn't win a lot. I mean, he didn't win no chips there, but I mean, you have to. That's once in a lifetime type of receiver that you'll get. So I have to put it there.
For sure.
I want to say something real quick to that Chargers and Giants thing. I don't. It's not. So Phillip Rivers, I've said before, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, right? It is what it is. But I will say, if we're talking about Emmitt Smith carrying Troy Aikman to 3 titles. I'm saying that Giants defense carried Eli to those 2 titles. Can we not say that? I can say that. It's not like he was spectacular in those games. It was a nice little Hail Mary throw to David Tyree, and he pinned that shit to his helmet.
Well, I mean,
okay, talk about.
I think you're just salty because he beat your Patriots.
No, but I'm giving props to because I'm saying the Giants defense is the reason why they won those titles. That's what I'm saying. The Giants defense won those titles, not Eli. I repeatedly said I don't think Eli is a Hall of Famer because the Giants defense carried that team, that unit to win those 2 titles. They held that 18-0 Patriots to lose their last final game where they could have been the best undefeated team ever. They left the 72 Dolphins alone. Then they did it again in 11. Like, bro, that defense is what carried. Because otherwise, if you take those 2 titles away from Eli Manning, he's a scrub. He's a bust. He's like what? Under 500 quarterback victory wise. Most interceptions of all time.
Did he not clutch up? Like, he had to play well for them to get to the playoffs. Like,
yeah, I was just gonna say that.
And
like he started off like, okay, that's why they call him like playoff Eli, because in the regular season he nuts up, he looks suspect, he's out here throwing interceptions, and like you just think like, oh shit, here go Eli being Eli, and he making all these goofy ass faces like he lost, and then the last 6 or 7 games he come out just blaming everybody. Like, come on,
you telling me if you put go for it.
Go ahead. Well, didn't we all do Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs a couple of times?
I think he got him that 2011 season.
2011,
not 2007. 2011 for sure.
Then
then that boat incident, Aaron Rodgers spanked them back. It's not multiple times. It was just one time.
Hey, all I'm saying, Jose, if you have any other quarterback there for Eli Manning, again,
they two win. But
you put Andy Dalton there, you win the chip
with that defense. Yes.
No, bro, you're crazy. You don't win with Andy Dalton. Nah, you're wild. You're toxic. I for sure confirmed that you're toxic.
Hold on. Are you saying Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer? Are you telling me Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer?
Yes. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
For what? Just those 2 wins?
For beating your Patriots and one of the greatest teams of all time. That's why.
It? That's all it
is. Solely for y'all being that great, he's a Hall of Famer.
But that's it.
Twice.
We're not talking about his entire career. We're talking about just those 2 wins, those 2 times.
Who else is a Hall of Famer and only has 2 chips and a sucky career?
Hey, so hold on.
What one should be? No.
Hey, Jose, what was the 2 seasons?
Come on, bro.
He won?
Respect
what
him.
was the 2 seasons he won?
07 and 11.
Okay.
Put some respect on his name.
So they're
both like 9 and 7 teams both times, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's why a lot of people were starting to say like
49. He threw for damn near 5,000 yards and 29 touchdowns.
It's honestly the Super Bowl games. It's honestly the Super Bowl games where a lot of people like to say that he didn't do much because throughout the year, leading up to it, they did pretty good. And I think that year they won the Super Bowl 9-7, they were hurt. A lot of their players were hurt. And the very last game when they lost to the Patriots, Michael Strahan. I remember I was watching the game. Michael Strahan's like, "Well, we're gonna go to the playoffs. Then we're finally gonna have everybody back." That defense was already pretty good.
Jose, is Big Ben a Hall of Famer?
Yes, because he actually led those teams on offense to win titles.
On, Steelers defenses though.
They went to the Super Bowl
against Arizona
3 times.
That defense against Arizona.
What did they beat?
Come on.
What did they beat? What did they beat?
They
I'm
went
just
to the
saying.
Super Bowl his rookie year. They went to the Super Bowl.
Do you not remember the 09?
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying. I think that's a good comparison. Like
that is a very fair comparison.
Come on, bro.
Who's better? Who's better, Ben? Or Eli?
Hold on.
I'm taking Ben though. I'm taking
Ben. Yeah, I'm taking Ben. But I think Eli's a Hall of Famer, bro. And he beat your team. He beat one of the greatest team of all time.
I'm not upset that he beat the team. That's already done, said and done, right? But that doesn't make him in a Hall of Famer for the rest of his career. This man 3 times overthrew 20 interceptions. 3 times. This man led the league multiple times.
Don't let your hate consume
I'm
your
sorry.
heart.
Did I say Michael Strahan doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame? Did I say anything about the rest of the defense? No, I said Eli fucking
His gap in his
Manning.
teeth is bigger than your toxicity.
What about
Calm down,
Brett
baby.
Favre? What about Brett Favre? Brett Favre is one of the guys that threw up. Man, he led the league a couple years throwing a bunch of picks.
Nah, he
And-
stole from kids.
No,
Yeah,
fuck that.
Allegedly.
Wait. If
Allegedly.
Brett Favre is not a Hall of Famer, if Brett Favre is not a
Allegedly.
Hall of Famer, I'm getting off this show right now.
Brett Favre is a Hall of Famer because he, for the same reasons Peyton Manning's a Hall of Famer, he was a fucking beast in the regular season on offense. I'm just saying, you ain't Eli Manning was never that. He was the toxicity for the team. They couldn't move off them when they tried to bench his ass for Geno Smith. They couldn't move off him because everyone's feelings are hurt. Fucking Giants, white ass nation, fucking shit over here. Can't fucking move on from Eli Manning's crippled ass. Like, he sucked. He's not a Hall of Famer. Like, 2 years does not make him a Hall of Famer.
I hope you clip this and put it on TikTok because I want to hear people.
I will.
I want to hear what people think. Okay, I'm gonna give you all my list real quick. So I had Bill Russell at 5, as same as you, Jose. 4, I had Emmitt Smith. I had at 2. I had who did I have at 2? No, did I say what did I say? 5, 4.
You were getting 3.
Yeah.
Oh, 3. Who did I put at 3? 3. Did I cut it off? I think at 3 I had. Hold up.
While you're looking at
just
up,
make sure. Let me make sure.
Well,
No, I have it. Oh, I had Jerry Rice. Sorry, I had Jerry Rice at 3. So Jerry Rice at 3. My 2 is Patrick Mahomes, and my number 1 is Kobe. So I want to touch on the Mahomes one real quick because I always bring it up. All right, and I'm the boss today. So Houston, we remember that traded the 25th overall pick, right? And they moved the 2018 first round pick. I have it here. And they moved to number 12 and grabbed Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That same draft, Kansas City gave up the 27th overall pick, a third rounder, and its 2018 first round draft pick, which was a 22nd overall. And they moved up to 10 and snagged Patrick Mahomes. Let me tell you who got picked up before that, before the number 10 spot. And it's someone a little a friend of the podcast, a longtime member. Alex's Bears picked up someone real special to the NFL. Someone that has gotten a lot of, and I just want to remember you. I just want you to remind you that the Bears picked Mitchell Trubisky over Massage Watson and Pat Mahomes. And you're gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life. And I hope y'all do, and I hope y'all never have success because of it. Because
I don't think it's gonna be long lived because Justin Fields is probably gonna be the greatest.
Don't even start me.
Hold on.
Bro, come on.
Before
Come
we start,
on.
Marco, you're saying that Patrick Mahomes is the second greatest behind Tom Brady. Now, I'm glad you said that.
Third right now. I said third. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
He's not better than Peyton Manning. I'm gonna put you out there right now. He's not better than Peyton Manning.
He has 2 chips.
He is not better than Peyton Manning. So okay. You say that.
The eye test tells you he's better than Peyton Manning. Everything tells you he's better than Peyton Manning.
Look!
My God! Whoa! You calm your ass down, Jackson.
I
can't.
Hold on.
Shut up,
James. Let's let them have it.
Okay.
Continue. Come at me.
So what is?
Talk about your Bears. Don't talk about other quarterbacks. Talk about your Bears.
You want to talk about the Justin Fields? If you put Patrick Mahomes behind that line and with those skills players that they had last year, Patrick Mahomes does not do what Justin Fields did. Let's make that clear. You're saying that Justin Fields is a running quarterback. You probably didn't watch college football that much.
Well, you probably didn't watch the playoffs. You probably didn't watch the playoffs then this season, right? Because Patrick Mahomes lost basically all of his receiving core. He had freaking third stringers in, worse receivers than Justin Fields had all season. He had 2 safeties go out during the freaking game and beat probably arguably one of the best teams in the league. And what did he do? He went on to win a Super Bowl with sucky receivers compared to the last 2 years that he's had.
Where he got outplayed by Jalen Hurts. Also a also a QB that's compared to Justin Fields, where you guys said, or maybe not Jose, where you guys said that Jalen Hurts wasn't going to be a great QB. I know you weren't high on him, Marco, but he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Did he not? Yes, he had the
On his
ball
feet because he had to. You're talking about someone on a bum ankle. Come on, bro. Nah, you can't compare that. You can't compare. Let's talk about your Bears, though. You're saying that if Patrick Mahomes was on that team, I bet you anything they're a playoff team.
No,
I bet you anything. You were the worst team in the league. Get out of here. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
We'll see this
Worst
year.
team in the league.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. We'll put money on it. We'll bet on it.
We will.
With your bum ass Bears. Y'all suck ass.
Justin Fields gonna cook.
Y'all suck ass. Yeah, cook fucking L's. That's what y'all gonna cook.
Reminder.
AFC West is probably which team is the best franchise there in the AFC West?
Shit, I don't know. We've won 5 straight. Ask me again.
Exactly.
We've won 5 straight, so I don't know. Ask me.
There's no history there.
When's the last time you won a conference championship?
Well, I've been a Bears fan since.
When's the last time you won a divisional championship?
I've been a Bears fan since I was born, so I don't know.
Bro, just because y'all were good in the 80s don't mean y'all gonna be good again. Chill out, dog. Like, hey, come on.
I'm from Chicago. Where were you born?
Bro, I mean, I respect that you're from Chicago. I'm just saying, dog, that's probably the biggest L your organization's ever took is that y'all took Mitchell Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes. You can't accept that. Can you accept that? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. That's what your organization did.
I mean, I don't really care if they got Patrick Mahomes. I don't. To me, he's not the greatest.
You wouldn't be saying that if he was on your team. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think he'll do the same thing that if he was with Chicago. Because over the years, Chicago didn't have any receiving. The best receiver that they had was Allen Robinson.
What?
Allen Robinson was the
since
best
he got drafted. Since
Mitch Trubisky's been there.
Jeffrey was already gone.
I give that Mitch Trubisky had one of the best defenses of all time. I don't think Patrick Mahomes ever had that type of defense in 2018. Because that team led the division or led the NFL in takeaways, and that's big. Now, with Trubisky, that was his best.
If anything, you're giving us credit of us not having good defenses, and we're still able to win.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If Patrick Mahomes was on the Bears wouldn't have succeeded because what they had surrounded besides that defense, the offense wasn't good at all.
Bro, I think y'all a playoff team. Y'all got Patrick. It's a hypothetical, but I think y'all are a playoff team, bro. No. I'm not trying to take away from. I'm not trying to take away Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is a great up and coming talent in this league, and if you develop him more, I'm sure he's going to be a great QB. Maybe a top 10 QB in a couple of years, maybe. Right? We'll see. But I just think that that's one of the biggest L's an organization's ever took, and I think everybody that had a pick at that time that needed a QB took that L. Not just saying just y'all, but y'all did take a QB that y'all thought was gonna be better than both of them, and obviously that didn't happen. But now y'all got someone under the helm, dude. I'm not trying to dog on your team all the time. I'm just saying we talked about this, so I have to bring it up because Patrick brings it up, and he takes it to heart, and y'all haven't beat him yet, so. So we'll keep going. Twice, and he's dropped I think he's dropped a total of 10.
James don't get to intersect at all. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Go for it. You
want to say something before I do? Because I'm gonna roast both of the asses.
Oh man.
It's all fun and games.
No, but I feel bad for Alex, like, because that's like
he didn't pick Mitch Trubisky. His team did.
Yeah, that's what I told him. He didn't pick him.
It's like Portland taking that bum over Michael Jordan, like, dude. And I mean, to my point, I really thought Deshaun was going to be, he was on his way to be better than Pat Mahomes.
The better QB of that draft class.
Like,
let's be honest, he was going to be.
He literally was on another level.
Yes.
But Pat Mahomes just proved, he just proved he's that dude, man. Like, the consistency, like, he really hasn't had a bad season since he's entered the league. And I mean, credit, he had Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest players, and Travis Kelce came out of nowhere and turned into this god of a tight end. But I mean, Mahomes was doing. I mean, Deshaun Watson was doing it, man. Like he was really carrying his team. He literally didn't have much to work with, but besides DeAndre Hopkins.
And then he upticked his massage count. But yeah, continue.
No,
And
but
so,
I mean, he
like, if you
was.
think about it, like he really, I mean, they both were on their way, bro. They were like the Bears looked awful, god awful for taking Mitchell Trubisky.
Me and my brother were literally watching the draft in the living room, and we thought the Bears were gonna take Patrick. That was the news. That was what you were hearing at the time. Like, hey, that the Bears probably gonna take either Patrick or Deshaun.
I don't think the Bears even met with Deshaun actually. I think
No,
they never met with Deshaun.
The thing that
Wait.
that turned him away, it was like, you know how the Pac-12 or the not the Pac-12, I mean
the Big 12.
The Big 12. Whenever he was at Texas Tech, it was a lot of it was a gunslinging.
Gunslinging. Mm-hmm.
It's gunslinging, and even Patrick Mahomes even said it like when he was in the barbershop. You know, he really didn't have to read defenses there, and I think, like I said, man, whenever you get a quarterback there and you don't like they're not in that type of NFL type of offense. It's kind of hard to hang your head on that, right? If you're a GM,
man,
he has no experience.
Them scouts and GMs don't know shit. They don't know how to grade talent. They don't know how to pick talent. People get lucky every single time. I hate when they say, well, somebody's not, bro, and then they go into the league and they turn into these superstars. Like you couldn't have projected Pat Mahomes. You couldn't have projected Josh Allen coming from where he came from. Look at where the hell Tony Romo came from. Look at where T.O. came from. Look at where Antonio Brown came from. Everybody always want to talk about these Power 5 schools having these great players. They get to the league, and then they're Mitchell Trubisky, and then they're Justin Blackman, and then they're Braylon Edwards, and then like, dude, these guys come in, they flash and burn, and then like, dude, come on, like I hate when people say that, oh, he's not NFL ready. He didn't play in this type of offense. He didn't play for this coach. He didn't do this. No, you can't prove off of that, bro. You cannot. You can't go off of that eye test. It's like, are you NFL ready or not? Can you adjust to the speed of the game? Can you learn and grow? Boom. And it's all that other stuff is irrelevant. That's why I hate the combine. They be doing shit they don't gotta like. What's a broad jump?
Running dumbass routes.
Yeah, why are linemen running the fucking 40 when they don't fucking do that?
Oh, not even that. Defensive tackles freaking running in coverage. Like bro.
It's dumb.
Okay, yeah. Really back in. Jose, what were you gonna say?
Fuck no, those Patrick Mahomes gonna take the last year's team to the fucking playoffs in any shape before. Maybe get them 6 wins at best, but that fucking O-line was garbage.
More wins than Justin Fields.
No. Hold on. I'm saying he'll get them more wins. I'm saying he ain't getting them to the playoffs though. You're talking about look at that wide receiver core. They can't separate for shit, and they still got Chase Claypool and he couldn't do shit. That they fucking discarded most of their fucking defensive players, right? Fucking Mac was gone already. You got rid of Roquan. You got rid of who knows what else. I don't think last year's Patrick Mahomes could take that team with that O-line, especially to the fucking playoffs. I'm just saying double wins, maybe 6 at best, but that's it. If the Bears had drafted Patrick Mahomes, their whole career, that whole thing is shifted, and you might be wearing a Bears hat right now, for all I know.
That's true. So, that's facts. That's not a lie.
Because and I've told this multiple times. Marco was always a Patrick Mahomes fan, even before who picked him up. He was always that guy. He was always bragging about him, and I was like, okay, chill out. He's not there yet. We haven't even started. It hasn't even been day one. But he wasn't wrong. And in the end, he got it right. He followed his heart. He left the Cowboys, rightfully so, and he became a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs fan. So there's that. The Bears, you saw a few years with Matt Nagy, they were a playoff team. Patrick Mahomes would have gotten them. He attracts players to him to want to go play with him. Winners attract free agents, attract valuable players to want to go play with you. So that could have changed the whole franchise with Chicago. Didn't happen. They went with Trubisky because, like I told Alex before and I told Art before, both Bears fans, They were at that point at the time. Now maybe not different now, and a lot of things like the New York Giants and even the Jets. These white guy QBs that show up out of buttfuck nowhere that weren't even in the top 10 scouting report, all of a sudden are the number one picks are coming off of QBs. You know, we've seen Zach Wilson. We still Will Levis suddenly is a fucking megastar, Mitch Trubisky, etc. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure luck has a lot to do with it. Of course. So for sure. We'll give since I feel bad because I dogged on Alex. I'm sorry, Alex. It's all fun and games. But for sure, Alex. Final thoughts. We'll let you wrap it up.
Well, as far as what draft day stuff or
just in general, what your thoughts are like of the whole everything.
I think your Bears move so far high overall too. Like,
I mean, there's like I said, we still need to pick up D tackles. Ryan Poles is cooking up a storm, dude. A lot of people didn't even know where he came from. I was pushing hard that we would get him. He's a young guy. Like I said, since day one, he's been there, bro. He's been. A lot of people were dogging on the Bears because they have a shitty ass team last year. But bro, Ryan Poles knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. If Justin Fields was able to just show a little bit of glimpse with this team, they were going to be something special, and they were going to move. They were going to move on. They were going to move forward, putting a bunch of stuff around him, see what he could do. I'm excited. I still don't think they are divisional champs yet. I still think the Lions are going to take that division. They are like a year or two out, but direction's going right. Oh man, I'm kind of mad that we didn't get David Montgomery. Oh man, that's gonna be tough.
We get Austin Eckler, bro. This gonna be all right.
No man, no. We need Orlando Brown.
So another report came out saying because the Lions got David Montgomery, it is most likely because they already have DeAndre Swift, they are gonna let Jamal Williams walk. So the leading touchdown rusher is available for anyone to grab. So keep an eye on that.
Keep an eye on that for sure. And I think y'all did get better. Y'all got those two linebackers y'all picked up too. I think overall, like I agree. I think 1 or 2 years. I mean,
by the way, I think they overpaid for Trey Edmonds when you already had Roquan Smith.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Oh
that's,
well,
that's my thing though. That's my argument. Like someone that was loyal to your organization, that's been through it all. You don't pay him, but you bring in two guys that justify what he got paid by another team. And he proved he was that guy because he went to that team. He went to the Ravens and immediately made an impact. Immediately. Like, I don't know. That was crazy.
So with that, the Roquan Smith deal, if we would have kept Roquan Smith, we wouldn't get two linebackers and a second rounder. So with that being said, we let him go. We got the cap space. We ended up getting Edwards and another linebacker from the Eagles, and we get a second rounder. So, I mean, it justifies it where Ryan Poles did pull all the numbers because we wouldn't have another second rounder. We'll just keep Roquan and have a big old salary hit with his contract. I wish we would have. I wish you would have kept him. Man, Roquan's one of the best off ball linebackers right now, and he doesn't get a lot of credit.
No, he gets a ton of credit. People know who he is.
No,
y'all didn't give him no credit.
He wasn't getting no Pro Bowls. No first team selection.
Did he get All Pro this year?
I think for the first time. Yeah, wait, bro, he's been like that since he's been in the league, and nobody's.
I agree. He's been leading tackles for the last 2-3 years, and
but for sure. But yeah, guys, we'll see what's gonna happen. We got a couple of weeks away until the draft comes around. It's a lot of things are gonna happen, and we're gonna have a lot more to talk about. I'm sad that football's not here yet. We're still a couple 100 days away.
What? You don't watch XFL?
Football is
you know what I mean. The greatest league in all of the world and of all time, the NFL. So we'll wait until that comes back. But overall. Just want to hear any final thoughts y'all have before we wrap it up.
I told you the Patriots are going to get Jonas Smith and they're going to keep Jonathan Jones, and so those are the only moves they've made so far. So Both of them were my predictions, and they both happened so far. So now go get a receiver and a running back, guys. I'm truly appreciate it. If you can get D Hop and Austin Eckler, that'd be great. Yeah.
Hey,
Or Mike
Zappy
Evans or Cooper Kupp, because I said them earlier. Go ahead, go for those fuckers too.
taking you out to the playoffs?
We don't even have a receiver. We don't even have wide receivers right now. Kobe Meyer went to the Raiders. We don't have any right now. I think Kendrick Bourne is our only one.
Hey, Zappy, straight out of Victoria High School here in Texas, about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive from San Antonio. Hey, with the Patriots, let's go. I played against
the
them in high school.
Vikings are bringing in Byron Murphy.
Mm-hmm. Cardinals.
Shoot. Ooh,
And
Adam
Dalton to
Thielen.
the
Let's see where
Panthers.
he goes. That's interesting.
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
Thielen.
Adam Thielen.
That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting where he goes. I'm excited to see where that.
He
what
doesn't. He
kind of
doesn't
happen.
start.
He's going somewhere to go.
He doesn't
sit on
have.
That's where
He's going to the Chiefs. 1 year deal. Watch.
Oh, I can see that.
I can see him with the Bills. Put him back with Diggs on the other side.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, put him. Hey, take him over there because if the Cardinals wanna send us a little someone over there, that'd be great.
Oh my God.
Y'all need y'all to help y'all
Hopkins,
get.
DeAndre.
Wait,
Hopkins.
hold on. Marco, would you rather have
Bengals
Cooper
coming.
Kupp? Marco, would you rather have Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, or DeAndre Hopkins?
Oh, this is a layup. This is a layup, Marco.
Our style of offense, Cooper
You gotta
Kupp.
say it.
No. My layup is D Hop.
Yeah, D Hop is
My layup is-
Let me tell you why. I feel like D-Hop, he is a team player, and after hearing him interview, I've never been like, I've never really known how he is like as a teammate, but it seems like he's pretty like unselfish. So I mean, my dream is D-Hop. I don't know how that's gonna happen. But I think Cooper Kupp's route running is.
But he
stupid,
don't
dude.
fit with y'all.
I'm sorry.
Y'all already have
How
Travis
doesn't
Kelce.
he? He's
Y'all
just as
already
smart
have
to
Travis
get into spaces, huh?
Y'all already have Travis Kelce. He's like Cooper Kupp is like a
All right, you get two people that you can't guard. Shit. I don't know.
yeah. Well,
Sky
D-Hop is a
Moore,
perfect fit for y'all.
Sky Moore fits that perfect role for Cooper Kupp. I was high on
Sky
Moore.
Moore's gonna get better and better every year.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't even know who dude. When he came out of the draft, I knew Sky Moore was a dog, man. He is a great route runner. He can find space.
I'm surprised he fell that far.
I say D-Hop because has the Kansas City Chiefs ever had like a big time player like that, a big receiver that you could just throw it up to like that and a 50-50 ball?
Tyreek, bro?
Well,
No.
come on.
Yes, I know what you mean. A big receiver. Yes, a big receiver. No, because like I just feel like our Andy Reid style of offense is not real like jump and get it. Like it's getting into those pockets and spaces of but D-Hop does bring you another channel to win through, right? Is someone that you can, run a post in the end zone, throw it up, and he's gonna go up and get it. Like I get it. So I'm not gonna be mad, dog. I'll be happy as hell, the happiest guy on earth if we get D-Hop. And we might run it back. So let's hope that doesn't happen for y'all.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna glorify on my 6 fucking banners. I don't give a fuck.
Shit. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna hang on
so
that
much.
Because I don't believe in Mac Jones. Y'all know this already. So I'm not. There's no hope for us yet unless we can trade for
David Zappi.
pick up Lamar.
Got him.
Bailey Zappi. No, fuck no.
I mean Bailey Zappi. Yeah.
I mean, Jose, I told you whenever the draft day happened, I told you, man, Mac Jones wasn't.
I told you I never believed in him going into picking him up, and then afterwards I never did. I told you this.
Yeah.
I've never been on the hype train. That's why I wasn't one of the people that got a jersey instantly. It was like Brady Jr., baby, Brady Jr.
Imagine Joe Burrow with the Patriots. Oh my gosh.
Hey, that's another thing I want to hit. Do you guys think the Bengals are gonna repeat, bro?
Repeat.
They got the squad. They didn't lose people, bro. They didn't lose people. They're going up. They're going with the same.
That's a big defensive loss right there, I would say.
Yes. And then they're not picking up anybody in the offensive line. And I tell you this, the big guys in the offensive line in this draft are gonna go early. I don't think the Bengals have a shot at these. These
So-
day one starters, offensive line starters.
So I'm not saying they move up. I still think either Boyd or Higgins gets moved.
Yeah.
So from that because I know Boyd is older.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think it's Boyd. If either one of them get moved, I
Bro,
think it's Boyd.
I would
Us-
trade Boyd, but I think they're going to trade Higgins.
we lost. The Chiefs lost Wiley. He went to the Commanders. I was kind of pissed, but then we picked up Jawan Taylor, which is, oh my gosh, in my opinion, and I've been saying this, well, since this trade happened, is that he's better than Orlando Brown in the sense that he's younger, he's cheaper. Orlando Brown is not as quick to be able to block those DNs, like moving around, spinning around. Like Orlando Brown had a lot of let a lot of pressures go, because people were just too quick for him. So I'm not mad. I think we still somehow work a deal with Orlando. Maybe keep him there at left tackle. Move Jawan Taylor at right tackle. He played for the Jaguars. Crazy talent. I think that's a huge. He's 25, bro. He's fucking good. So I'm stoked about that.
I'm saying I don't think he comes back at all. I think he goes somewhere else. And maybe he already has a deal in place. It's just not being reported by anybody right now. Because there are some of those right now that's going on, just like the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Like there could be some deals that have already been made, but that no one's talking. So I think Orlando Brown has already been picked up, and I think he'll be like one of the first early statements
We'll see.
coming up tomorrow.
That's
We'll
what
see,
I was. That's what I was saying. I was telling you guys. I think he's gonna stay. I always thought that he was gonna stay in Kansas
I
City.
think he might. I think he might stay, bro. After winning a chip, I think he might stay. That's
My
my.
thing,
That's my.
my thing with the Chiefs is they're still going to run it back. Like I don't. It's not like
It's their conference to lose. It's their conference.
It's nobody in the AFC that's really presenting a problem outside of the Bengals. And if the Bengals don't clear up what they let go, and I think what it is Von Bell was already getting old. He wasn't fast enough. He was playing more inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
I think the person that they got to replace is Jesse Bates. And I think the replacement for Von Bell is Daxton Hill. Y'all didn't probably hear his name called a lot, but the kid runs like a 4.3 40. He has great speed, good jump ball size. He's one of those good young safeties and talents in the league.
Nah, that's not what they need to replace, bro. Why is Eli Apple still on contract? What the that's what they need to replace.
That's their problem. If they still believe in Eli, let them believe in Eli. If they don't only want to believe in Eli, let Cincinnati
Eli toast.
They should have got Jalen.
But the thing is, man, honestly, they gotta fix that one hole.
Burn every time.
Jalen who? Davis? They got Jalen Davis.
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, well, I mean, they signed Jalen Davis.
I really think the only contender for the Chiefs is the Bengals, and I still believe they can get it done. But it's a matter of them correcting they got some stuff to correct in the draft, and if they can land some stuff in the offseason, it'll help them. But like Pat Mahomes, they chilling, bro. They big chilling. Like they.
I don't think the Bengals. I don't think
because that was their ship to win, bro. That Philly just died in the second half, bro. That shit crazy. Pat Mahomes just went out there and made shit happen. So bum ankle or not, I didn't think he was gonna move that well. So he man, yeah. My Cowboys did what the fuck they were supposed to do. That's all that matters.
Well, for sure. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Been a great pod here and hosting. Thank you for Jose for letting me host and giving you a break. Again, being said, 3rd-year anniversary of the pod. We'll continue it going another 365 days, si Dios quiere, and we'll keep going and being Puro Pinche Sports and delivering y'all all the content we can, and with some dumbass arguments and some really shitty ass comments, petty arguments, and we'll continue to hear it in the comment section. So keep bringing it. I am your host Marco, with Jose, James, and Alex. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll be back next week. See y'all later.
Out.
The Lakers are better without LeBron.
Hey.